fun to do bad things, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
Play on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and the crazy stuff that's going on over there. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. We got a great one for you guys today. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Make sure you check out Patreon. We got exclusive content over there that you can't see anywhere else. It's some of it's pretty graphic. TNT, what's going on? Biker News Canada, what's good? TCG, Travis, how are you, man? Good afternoon. Ken, what's good? People are piling in. Path Killer. STMC, what's up? I appreciate you guys. We got a good show for you guys today. Today we're talking about Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. There's a lot going on up there. And if you guys aren't aware, 18 motorcycle crashes reported in one day at Sturgis. So can you imagine what the report's going to be after this is all said and done? 18 motorcycle crashes. Some of them were fatal. We're going to talk about those today. And we're going to talk about the arrests that are going on. One person was arrested for human trafficking so far at Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. I guess they have a problem with that. You know, they probably bring some women there to do some extracurricular activities. Rory, what's going on? And apparently some of them get caught. But this isn't a new thing. This is happens every year there, where people go there. Maybe some of them don't want to go, but they're forced to go there and do things. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about 17 people were arrested, locals. You know, a lot of times people will be arrested from outside, people that don't live there, people that come in from different states. But I guess 17 locals were arrested, so that's pretty wild. So let's talk about the 17 locals that were arrested in 24 hours. So the Sturgis Police Department expand each year for patrols at the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. The city hires officers from departments including inside and outside South Dakota. From 6 a.m. Saturday through 6 a.m. Sunday, the expanded force made 44 arrests, 36 non-traffic arrests, 8 parking citations were issued. The city's department cracked down on many of those charged are residents within 3 hours of Sturgis and designate those as locals. 17 locals were charged. And usually it's people that are not locals. They're people from different states that come there and cause ruckus and get arrested for. There's been all kinds of people getting arrested from all kinds of different charges. So overall, arrests and charges were down from the same period of last year. Most of the non-traffic arrests and citations this year so far for disorderly conduct: 6 misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia charges, 7 drug felony possession charges, 9 resisting arrest or obstruction of an officer, and there were 44 traffic arrests, 36 non-traffic arrests. Police cited 22 people for illegal parking, 7 for driving under suspension, revocation for driving while intoxicated, and stop sign and stop light violations, as well as other citations. So we're gonna find out exactly at the end of this all the numbers, and I'll bring them to you. So these crashes were pretty wild. 18 motorcycle crashes reported in a single day at the Sturgis Rally. So Sioux Falls, South Dakota. South Dakota's Highway Patrol has released a list of the crashes and arrests that came in a single day at the 85th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, a 10-day rider celebration event. According to the press release from the Department of Public Safety, there were a total of 18 crashes between 6 a.m. Saturday and 6 a.m. Sunday, with one of them being deadly. So the fatal crash was at 9:34 a.m. on Saturday. A Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling westbound in the passing lane of US 16A when the driver was unable to navigate a curve and tipped into the right side. The motorcycle slid into the eastbound lane, colliding with 3 other motorcycles. A 58-year-old male driver of a 2019 Harley died from his injuries. The other 3 riders received serious injuries, non-life-threatening. Helmets used for all 4 riders. So they all had helmets on. The injuries in the crashes: 9:26 a.m. Saturday, 2019 Harley-Davidson was turning north on US 16 at the Happy Place campground when the front brake locked up, causing the rider to lay the motorcycle down. The driver and the motorcycle fell into the right side. The rider was not wearing a helmet, sustained minor injuries, and was transported to the hospital. 10:49 a.m. Saturday, 2013 Victory motorcycle heading westbound on SD Highway 44 had a flat tire. As the driver was slowing down to pull over, he lost control and went into the ditch. The driver and a passenger were separated from the motorcycle. They were not wearing helmets and received serious but non-life-threatening injuries. You know, it could have had, maybe their arm got ripped off or something. Who knows? But 12:31 p.m. Saturday, 2011 Harley-Davidson was headed northbound on SD 87 when the driver failed to navigate the left turn and ran off the road. up an embankment. The driver was separated from the motorcycle, which fell on top of the rider. The driver was not wearing a helmet and received serious but non-life-threatening injuries. He was flown to the hospital. So listen, a lot of these people can't handle riding a motorcycle. I think if you can't handle riding a motorcycle, you probably shouldn't be going to an event like this. If they're going around curves and like sliding off the road, it's just crazy. Makes no sense. You should probably be a decent rider if you're gonna go to something like this. So 201 Saturday, a 2009 Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling south on SD 87 when it crossed into the northbound traffic and crashed into a 2024 Harley-Davidson trike. Both riders were separated from their motorcycles, and the driver of the 2024 Harley was not injured, but their passenger and the driver of the 2009 bike sustained minor injuries and were taken to the hospital. All three of them were wearing helmets. At 2:26 p.m. Saturday, 2015 Harley-Davidson was westbound on I-90 when the driver hit the rumble strip as they were navigating a curve. Like that, if you can't handle taking a corner, but who knows? Alcohol could play a factor in some of these. So they hit the rumble strip while navigating the curve, causing the Harley-Davidson to enter the median. The rider was separated from his motorcycle and landed in the median. The rider was not wearing a helmet and sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries. At 4:55 p.m. Saturday in 2023 Harley-Davidson was westbound on I-90 in the right lane when he tried to pass a 2024 Harley-Davidson in the left lane and made contact with the other biker. The contact caused the driver of the 2023 Harley-Davidson to lose control and go into the ditch, resulting in minor injuries. The other driver was not injured. Both were wearing helmets. Like, that's a stupid move for him to try to go around somebody and crash into him. At 5:13 p.m. Saturday, a Ford Escape was rear-ended by a motorcycle when it stopped at a stoplight. The motorcycle rider was wearing a helmet, sustained serious, life-threatening injuries, and he was flown to the hospital. The driver of the Ford Escape was not injured, so he probably just wasn't paying attention. At 5:44 p.m. Saturday, a 2025 Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling west on US 14A when it collided with the rear end of a 2012 Ford F-150 that was stopped and waited to make a left turn. The Harley rider, who was not wearing a helmet, received minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. The Ford driver was wearing a seatbelt and was not injured. At 6:40 p.m. on Saturday, a 2013 Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling east on I-90. Tried to exit, but realized that the road was closed. The driver laid the bike on its side and slid under the gate before coming to a stop. The driver was not wearing a helmet and was transported to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. At 12:44 a.m. Sunday, 2005 Harley-Davidson motorcycle headed south on SD 79, and a 2022 Harley-Davidson motorcycle was traveling north when it straddled the center line and struck each other. The 2005 Harley came to a rest in the southbound lane while other motorcycles ran off the road and ended up in the ditch. Both drivers were transported to the hospital. The driver of the 2005 Harley-Davidson was wearing a helmet and sustained life-threatening injuries. While the other driver sustained serious injuries, they were non-life-threatening. Helmets used for the latter driver is under investigation. 12:50 a.m. on Sunday, Sturgis police tried to stop a 2021 Harley Davidson for alleged exhibition driving. So he's probably doing a donuts or burnout or who knows, a wheelie or something. But the motorcycle fled, leading police to pursuit. Traveling at high rate of speed, the motorcycle went off the road into a ditch on US 14A. The driver was not wearing a helmet and sustained serious life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital via helicopter. Crazy. All information released so far is only preliminary, according to South Dakota Department of Public Safety. In addition to crashes, South Dakota Highway Patrol reported that 6 a.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday, there were a total of 21 DUI arrests, 31 misdemeanor drug arrests, 14 felony drug arrests. Highway Patrol issued a total of 252 citations and 592 warnings from Saturday to Sunday. And that's like a small amount of time. So can you imagine how many are going to happen over this 10-day period? It's going to be a lot. Beer and motorcycles don't mix. Definitely can. So now, probably a lot of them are rushing. Could be. Or their riding abilities just aren't there, you know. Harley is attacking Fords. It's just like a lot of them are just going off the road. Like it's just crazy. If you don't know how to ride, you probably shouldn't be going there. It's pretty simple, right? So today, we're going to be talking about this one person that was arrested for human trafficking. So, Sturgis, South Dakota Attorney General is cracking down on crimes at the 85th Sturgis Rally with a team of officers and DCI agents on patrol. The Division of Criminal Investigation is working to stop human trafficking, illegal drug use, and violent crimes at the 85th Sturgis Rally. We have operations going to fight and catch human trafficking. We have drug-related task force in place, and overall, it has been safe so far. I mean, certainly, there are those individuals out there that need our attention, and we'll do anything we can to make sure that it's safe and fun rally, South Dakota's Attorney General said. I think it's great for police presence is notable. And they're doing a pretty good job at patrolling the areas. You see them going around. You see them in the streets walking. And they're doing a great job with the police presence. Policing the rally works in two parts, both with officers walking around patrolling the streets as well as patrolling the roads. And then there's those working undercover. And every year during the rally, they end up arresting around 6 to 12 human traffickers. He said they've already got one human trafficking related arrest. The DCI, Drug Task Force, has also caught people using illegal substances, including meth, fentanyl, and opioids. They wouldn't be successful without the public support. We ask the help of the community. If you see anything that looks like a danger there, you see something, say something. There are law enforcement throughout Sturgis. If you see something that's concerning, just grab one of our officers and we can help, he said. As the riders continue to enter Sturgis and enjoy their time, Attorney General and his team will keep up the efforts to catch as many human and drug traffickers as they can. And we're going to have the details of all of that coming up. I got a video to go along with this.
Attorney General Marty Jackley is cracking down on crime at the 85th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally with a team of officers and DCI agents on patrol. Keloland's Tyler Lowther spoke with Jackley about his efforts during the massive event.
The Division of Criminal Investigation is working to stop human trafficking, illegal drug use, and violent crimes at the 85th Sturgis Rally.
We have operations going to catch and fight human trafficking. We have drug-related task forces in place. Overall, it has been safe so far. I mean, certainly there are those individuals out here that need our attention, and we do everything we can to make sure it's a safe and fun rally for everyone.
I think it's great that the police presence here is noticeable and that they're doing a good job of patrolling the area. You see them going around, you see them on the street walking. So they're doing a great job with their police presence.
Policing the rally works in two parts, both with officers walking around the streets as well as patrolling the roads, and then those that are working undercover that every year during the rally end up arresting around 6 to 12 human traffickers.
Jackley says they've already made one human trafficking-related arrest. The DCI Drug Task Force has also caught people using illegal substances, including meth, fentanyl, and opioids. Jackley says they wouldn't be as successful without the public's support.
We ask the help of the community. If you see somebody that looks like there's a danger there, see something, say something. There are law enforcement throughout Sturgis. If you see something that's concerning, just grab one of our officers and we can help.
In Sturgis, Tyler Lauder.
Hit that like button. So there's going to be a lot to report on as this whole thing keeps going underway. It's 5 days in. They got 5 days left, so who knows? Anything could happen, right? So today, we're going to be talking about this guy. This guy was an influencer, and he used to film himself driving at pretty excessive speeds. He was killed when the police tried to pull him over, and he lost it on his motorcycle. So we're going to talk about him. And there's another story I wanted to talk about. So this is out of Oklahoma, right? This is insane. This is like one of the craziest stories I've heard. Let me get the picture for you guys. Now, you guys ain't going to believe this, but this happened. And this is a random situation, right? But you ain't going to believe it. It's pretty crazy. So this man, he sat behind a woman on a bus, right? And he sliced a woman's throat. 42-year-old man in Oklahoma has been arrested for allegedly slashed a woman's throat while riding the bus in Tulsa in what is described by authorities as an unprovoked attack. Robert Rhodes was taken into custody over the weekend and charged with 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of false imprisonment, authorities announced. According to the news release, the Tulsa Police Department officers they received a call around 1:09 p.m. on Saturday, responding to a report of a stabbing incident that took place at the bus station at the 300 block of South Cheyenne Avenue. Police said officers in the area said the witnesses alerted them to a male suspect seen leaving the scene on foot and provided direction of travel. Officers patrolling the area on bikes immediately began searching for the suspect, later identified as Rhodes, and were able to locate him a short while later at 100 South Denver Avenue, where he was taken into custody without incident. Police said there was visible blood on him. His clothing and a bloody knife was recovered from his pocket during a search of his person. The victim was rushed to a local hospital. Her injuries were so severe, detectives from the Department of Homicide Unit were called to the scene. Witnesses, including the bus driver, informed us that both Rhodes and the 43-year-old female victim boarded the bus at a Walmart stop on the 81st Street in Lewis. Police wrote in a release that Rhodes sat directly behind her and had no prior interactions or verbal exchanges. As the bus arrived at the main station, Rhodes reached around and allegedly assaulted the victim by slicing her throat before leaving the scene. The victim underwent emergency surgery for her injuries. Doctors who operated on her told authorities that she was stabilized and that they were hopeful that she would make a full recovery. Investigators said they're also waiting for security footage from a camera that was located inside the bus. In addition to the charges, Rhodes is also being held on a fugitive from justice warrant out of Missouri. He is in custody in the Tulsa County Jail without bond, records show. It was not immediately clear when he will be scheduled to make his first court appearance. Now, that is insane. That makes me not want to let anyone ever sit in back of me if I ever go on the bus again. Can you imagine that? Some random dude does that to some woman he doesn't even know. I mean, I think the world has really lost its mind. I really do. I think so. Hey, Hardwire, what's up, man? Pat Killer, Ken, what's good? Dragon Classy, what's good? How are you? We got a lot of people in the house. Make sure you hit the like button. Put the bell on all so you get all my videos. If you guys haven't seen the interview with Jeremy, go check it out. I'm going to release another one on members. So this is Jeremy. He was a Banditos member. And he talks about what it was like leaving the club, what it was like in the club. So go check out that interview. Part 4, I believe, will be dropping tonight. But if you're a member, you can see all of them now. Today, all of them will be up. So if you're a member, go check it out. If you want to see the full interview, join Patreon, and you can see the full interview with no cuts in it. I believe that's on the $5 tier. If you're a $2.99 member, you can see the interview in parts, but the full thing is there. So if you guys want to check it out, go check it out. Like I said, we're going to talk about this kid. So this kid's name's Bradley Wilder. And they say he was an influencer, but I checked his social media. He didn't have that many followers. He's not like an overwhelming amount of people that were following him. So when they say influencer, I don't know. He had like 100 people following him. So I don't know where they're talking about. Even on his Insta or his TikTok, there weren't that many people. When they say influencer, I'm thinking it's like a crazy amount of people, and I guess not. I guess if you're just there, they call you an influencer. I don't even consider myself that yet. I consider I'm just trying to make something out of nothing. So this kid, his name is Bradley Wilder. He's a motorcycle influencer. Police suspected a motorcycle was not registered. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, it happened in Australia. Police noted the young man's license plate was partially obscured. For that reason, they attempted to stop him. However, Wilder refused to stop and the chase began. So, yeah, he's a kid, a young kid. So he refused to stop. He's only 20 years old and he passed away. His 20-year-old influencer Bradley Wilder suffered fatal motorcycle accident while being chased by the police in the Australian city of Newcastle. The Sydney Morning Herald reported on the sensational story in late July. Wilder tried to flee for about 5 minutes along the highway, but lost control of his vehicle and crashed into a utility pole. After the crash, Wilder was treated by paramedics, but he died at the scene. It was a tragic death for an influencer who taught his followers about the world of motorcycles. Monique Wilder, the influencer's cousin, described him as a well-behaved, respectful young man. She asserted that the circumstances of his death were out of his character. Monique also stated that her cousin died in the circumstances that could have been avoided. A mistake cost him his life. He didn't deserve that at all, she explained. According to the deputy commissioner, Wilder had interactions with police regarding traffic issues. However, he had no official prior record. For its part, Australian police stated the investigation into the incident is underway to review all aspects of the chase. The driving behavior of both the officer and Bradley will be analyzed. Authorities also asked for help from members of the public who may have had dash camera footage of the crash and CC images or knowledge of the incident. The newspaper stated that the young motorcyclist influencer is on his way to help out his father, who was about to receive a lung transplant when all of this happened. So if you guys are aware that the Australian authorities are cracking down on trick riders and things like that, and I believe he was part of the people that they're cracking down on. Like, they're arresting people for doing wheelies in public, and they all have street bikes. And I believe that his group of friends that he was always around are the people that they're going after. And who knows, it could be all in motion because of this accident. They say that they're putting the public at risk by driving the way they do. What are your thoughts on the situation? Do you think they put the public at risk the way they drive? And it is these guys that they're going after, the police are going after. I'll show you a picture of them. A bunch of street bikers. But Australia is not playing. You know, they don't play with clubs. They're not playing with these kids. What do you think? I want to know what your thoughts are. In Australia, there's been a notable increase in efforts to address and regulate the use of certain type of bikes, particularly focus on modified street bikes and dangerous riding behaviors. There's been a rise of injuries and crashes, and In Victoria, Queensland, increasing efforts to address the issue related to dangerous and illegal trick riding behavior, both in traditional and e-bikes. Illegally modified e-bikes are being modified to exceed legal speed limits and power limits, transforming them into unregistered and uninsured motorbikes in the eyes of the law. But they did a big article about them. And I believe it's because of this accident is why they even started this investigation. And they're arresting people, taking their bikes and confiscating them. I want to know what your thoughts are on this situation. Do you think it's I mean, look, the young kid, the cops go to chase him and he can't handle a curve and he bites it. Like, and he thinks he has all these skills at riding, but obviously he didn't. I mean, don't run from the police. I mean, I could see why someone would if they have certain things on them, you know. They don't want to. Australia hates fun. I think they do. You just got to be careful. Chris, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. They ban a lot of stuff there. I mean, you can't even hang out in a group without them taking note on it. So maybe they do hate fun in Australia. But yeah, I want to address a comment that was left yesterday. Someone was saying, "Oh, what do you got a problem with the Mongols?" They said the way I was describing that video where the guy was coming into the parking lot and the guy ran up, started hitting the guy on the bike. Obviously he was a Mongol member, the guy that left the comment. And he was talking shit. And he said, what do you got a problem with them? He's like, the way you're describing it and this and that. Well, the dude kind of did get pummeled. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I just called it like I seen it. He did get cheap shotted. Like he wouldn't let the guy off the bike, but I guess there's no rules in fighting, right? But I don't have a problem with any motorcycle club. I have respect for all of them out there. But don't act like you're going to say a name of a motorcycle club and try to make me scared. It's not going to happen. I have respect for all the clubs out there. And names of clubs don't scare me. They're just guys with patches. So, and that's what happened in the video. And then the other Mongol runs up and knocks the dude out. That was pretty good. I mean, I just call it like I see it. Some people don't like it. It's okay. Everyone's not going to like you, you know. But it's all good. But shout out to all the motorcycle club members out there. Shout out to everybody that rides. Make sure if you're riding, be aware of your situation. If you're, if you're going on a long trip or something and you can't handle a bike a certain way, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe you should second guess your limits that you do. And if the police are trying to pull you over, I suggest you don't run. You know? STMC, shout out to you, man. And I wanted to tell you guys the video on Caleb Harris, the fraud pagan, has 14,000 views. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys watching that, getting the information out there. It's got to be known that he's a fraud. And with you guys' help, people are aware of it now. And if you guys don't know, the Outlaws are going to be celebrating Ozzy Osbourne. They're paying tribute to him on Saturday, the 23rd of August. 100 bikes are going to be riding past Ozzy Osbourne's former home. So that's pretty crazy. The outlaw bikers to pay tribute to Ozzy Osbourne at his former home Saturday, 23rd of August in Aston. On Saturday, the 23rd of August at 1:30 p.m. at Aston, we'll witness a historic tribute ride of over 100 members of the Outlaw Motorcycle Club roar through the streets to honor the legendary Ozzy Osbourne. The tribute will take place outside the 14th Lounge Road in Aston, the very house where Ozzy's journey began. This is a moment for fans, friends, and the community to come together and celebrate his legacy. In a true rock and roll spirit, the Outlaws Motorcycle Club is known for their brotherhood and loyalty. We'll lead this powerful salute to Ozzy with respect, unity, and heart. The location's down there. It's at 1:30 on Saturday. So if you're going to be in the area, go check it out. And if you do live in that area, send me some video and some pictures of that. I would like to see it. It seems like a pretty cool thing that they're going to do. So it says on the bottom, let's give Ozzy the salute he deserves. Big love from Aston to the world. But I appreciate you guys. Staxx has never crossed the line. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. A dick to being a dick doesn't matter, patch or no patch. If they say they're being a dick, doesn't mean you have an issue with the club by describing their actions. It is what it is, man. Some people aren't going to like it, right? I know a lot of Mongols that are cool people. I know people in all different clubs. And I don't have a problem with any of them. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Staxx. If you want to be a guest and tell your story on the show, just hit up my email at billstax2021, and I'll give you an opportunity to do that. I appreciate all you guys. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be...
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.